Hello YouTubers! Now, the more observant of you might notice today that I'm not in a lorry, I'm in my car, my little Ford Focus. This is because last week it was very unorganised. My lorry broke down, the AdBlue pump went, and because the AdBlue pump was under some sort of warranty, our garage wouldn't touch it because they voided the warranty, so it went to Shrewsbury. And it was in Shrewsbury all week, so I was living in other people's lorries all last week, which was very unorganised. One thing I did learn is that I don't like DAFs. I was in a DAF most of the week, although the bed's more comfortable. Bloody awful trucks though, don't like them. Next week, back in my Volvo. So today is going to be a more car-y one, and this is a view when I was teaching people to drive. My learner drivers might recognise as the inside of my Ford Focus. A couple of dishes I have had lately. I fitted a car cam, which is just there. Also, it's a two-way one, it shows out the front, and there's a little one in the back window there as well, so there's a front and rear view. So when I'm going to work at 1 o'clock in the morning down these country lanes, there is a pub not so far away, and you do get people who I'm sure use it to avoid detecting by the police, and they come down the back lane. So should there be an accident at 1 o'clock in the morning as I'm going to work, as they're sneaking back from the pub, I have all the footage on my cam, on my dash cam. It's 30 quid that one off eBay, front and rear. So I thought that'll do. That will do. I haven't tested it yet because I've not had a crash. So we'll see if that ever works. I'm going to download a video one. Well, I'm going to look at the videos on it one day just to see what the quality of the videos are like. Right. So we have a problem with the Ford Focus. We have a leaky boot. It's a common thing with the Mark II Ford Focus. The boots do tend to go on them. I'll show you now what the problem is. I'll jump out. There we go. Now you can see I've taken everything out. Where the spare wheel was completely full of water. I had a pond in my boot, and the carpet all went mouldy. And because I carry lots of stuff in the car, you can't actually see the carpet, so I didn't realise it was soaking wet for some time. I did notice when the footwell, the passenger of the rear seat started to get soggy, and that's when I started investigating, and I found the spare wheel was completely covered in water. It was like water up to here. And you can see the edge there, it's all soaking wet. And it's a common thing, the way the water gets in is down the guttering. Now I did clean it out, it was all full of moss and it was all going green and mouldy down there. So I've cleaned it all out, but I'm still getting puddles in here. It's filling up with water here, and then that overflows and goes down there. So that hasn't worked, so the next step is to put some sealants in, and I'll show you what I'm going to do now. First thing I'm going to do, I think the water's getting in. See that screw that holds the light? That's full of water, and I think it's going in there. There's water sitting in there, and I think that's where it's going down. There's two screws, one there and one there. So I'm going to get a bit of sealant, and I'm going to put some sealer in, and that I'm hoping, so I'm going to leave the carpet out so I can keep an eye on it. Right, let's go get the sealant. I'll show you the stuff I'm going to use. For the Land Rover, they stopped making the Defender yesterday. This is my Land Rover, so it's going to go up in value now. There's my spare tyre thing. It's like a little rubber thing that goes in between the tyre and the floor, and that was completely soaking wet, so I've hung it up on the washing line. That's the car boot car, and you can see all the mould down there. It's all gone mouldy. I've put some mould killer on it. I thought I'd dry it out. Vinegar does the job for killing mould as well, but it absolutely stinks. Right, my toolbox. What I want is, yeah, sealant. That will do. And I also need a Phillips screwdriver. Next size up. I'll go for that one. Come here. Can't get him out. That's it. Should be a nice simple job. Right, oh yeah, Triumph. I haven't ridden the Triumph for a while. I'll have to get out on that one day. Tax disc this month, and then I'll have to get out on him. I know I'm doing the air ambulance charity ride on it. That's in April. Look forward to that because I've been in the air ambulance. I was had a bit of an accident once. Right, so what I'm going to do first of all, undo these. I'm going to switch the camera off because I can't do it one-handed. There we go. So I've removed the lights. So what I'm going to try and do, I think the water's getting in where the screw goes in here. So I'm going to fill this with sealant. So it is wet there. It's very, very wet there. There's a top one as well up there, so I'm going to cover them in sealant, try and make them a bit more waterproof. Other places it could be getting in is where the wiring comes through, but that looks good. It doesn't feel wet at all there, it's dry. This rubber grommet, so I'll have an investigation of that as well. I'll give that a poke. No, that seems alright. That does seem alright. Knocked the camera and my screwdriver then and stopped filming accidentally. Right. Yeah, I think that's alright. But that is very wet. So that I think is where it's getting in. So I'm gonna bung coolant. I'm gonna bung some of this in. Also, if I put some down the hole and then put the screw into it, that should also help make it a bit more waterproof, shouldn't it? And then I'm not gonna put the carpet back in. We'll keep an eye on it. See what happens. There we go, job done. So I've shoved some down the hole and I've done all around the square bit. So when that pushes down, it should make a nice seal. Now it is like a gasket stuff, so it's not a glue. Because what we don't want to do is glue the bloody lights to the thing, because if a bulb goes, I then can't change the bulb. It might be a bit sticky when I try and get it off next, but it should pull off without damaging anything. That's what we hope anyway. So all I've got to do now is put it back in. I'll see if I can do this one-handed. He goes in there like so. He goes in there like so. It's difficult doing these things one-handed. I did one on my tractor once and I got loads of comments about how crap it was. Now the crap about me hitting the wrong bit, and it wasn't because it was because I was trying to hold the camera, which is why I was doing the core plugs on my tractor, and I kept missing the core plug when I was trying to hit it, and it's because I'm holding the camera with one hand, which makes it difficult. It's not until you try and film something you realise how hard it is. Right, we'll try and screw him in. And he should be pushing more sealant down the hole, because I've made sure some goes down the hole as well. And we'll do the top one. And in there. Hold it when the hand is, so as you look at the screw you stop looking at the camera. And then the camera goes to a funny angle so you're not looking at it. There we go. Whilst I'm screwing this, you can see the rear camera I fitted to my car for 30 quid. It's not bad, is it? 30 quid, can't go wrong. I had to buy a card as well, a memory card for it. That was about 12 quid. There we go, that's done. I felt it all ooze. You can see it oozing out a little bit there and there. So we'll see how that goes now. It's only water now. What I'll do, I'll just sponge the rest of the water out. I shan't put the carpets in yet because it stinks of vinegar, because I'm trying to kill the mould, and I'm still trying to dry them. Not only that, I can see if any more puddles arrive. If more puddles arrive, then it ain't cured, and there'll be a part 2 to this video. What I'll do, I'll put a comment in to see if it works or not. If it doesn't work, I shall comment to say it hasn't worked, just so you know. But it's only leaking on that side. It's not leaking on that side yet. If I do discover a leak on that side, but that said, that screw is wet as well. If you look down there, it is wet. But the carpet there is completely dry. It's all dry down that side. It's soaking wet down that side, so it's only leaking on that one. Right. Well, thanks for watching, and I shall post another video soon. A bit of look at a bit more. I know the lorry fans out there like it to be in the lorry. I apologise for it not being in my lorry, as I was a bit disorganised today, this week. With me not being in mine, I'm back in home sweet home next week, back in my Volvo. Right, thanks for watching, and I shall post another video soon. Bye bye.